Shilton himself winning his 64th cap tonight and joined in the England team by two Southampton clubmates who make their first international appearance at Wembley. There's 21-year-old Mark Wright, who's never played at Wembley at all before, and in midfield Steve Williams, whose only previous Wembley appearance was a League Cup final. Williams takes the right-hand side of midfield in England's 4-3-3 formation, with Bobby Robson emphasising that a good display tonight could mean an unchanged team for next month's World Cup opener against Finland. There's stiff competition now among the strikers, with the Arsenal combination of Mariner and Woodcock, who've never as a pair been on the losing side for England, keeping out the Italian-based Hately and Francis, who are both named among the substitutes. Apart from the recall of Streich, who becomes the 12th European player to reach 100 caps, the German Democratic Republic field the side that beat Romania, one of England's World Cup rivals, only 2 weeks ago. And it's essentially the team that would have competed in the Los Angeles Olympics, but for the Eastern Bloc boycott. Referee for this friendly international, Albert Thomas of Holland, gets the match started with East Germany playing from right to left in the blue shirts and white shorts, and here's Streich with an early touch as Wilkins gets back. Here's John Barnes. And Starman, the big number 4, has gone to Mark Mariner, which was what we expected. Starman of Magdeburg and Mariner, the England centre-forward. And you'll see number 3, Dorner, there, playing as the orthodox sweeper as far as East European football is concerned. The East German club sides all play the same way. A free man behind the 3 marking defenders. And while England have the more orthodox 4 at the back. This is Steinbach with the throw for East Germany. Into Minge. Disappointing attendance was expected, and seeing Wembley more than half empty may make you wonder why internationals can't be played in the provinces occasionally, but the FA are contractually committed to Wembley. Steve Williams. Here's Woodcock. Robson is well forward, and that floated right across the goal. Williams was involved in the build-up. When he played in Paris last season, Steve Williams, he played on the left-hand side, which many people felt was not his best position. But he started that move, which led to Woodcock's cross just eluding Brian Robson. Steinbach. Ernst to his right. Play on, says the Dutch referee. Said that the tackle by Terry Butcher was fair. It gave Mark Wright the chance to come out of defence with the ball. Robson anxious to take over. Barnes out on the left. Mariner and Woodcock waiting in the centre. Here's Wilkins. And Kenny Sansom made a run from the back. And Williams is there. Goalkeeper made a good save. Steve Williams with the header. Good play by England. Wilkins in the midfield. And a final header which the goalkeeper did well to turn away. And Mariner gets a flick on, and Robson was nearly in there. And a good cross again, and Wright's up there, and there's a bit of pushing this time by Butcher. Volleyed back by Duxbury, and they're onside. Wilkins, Robson's made a forward run, centre-forward position, and Mariner was there as well, and another good save. Steinbach. Streich. Now Tropper. Creer's made a run from right back. This is Liebers, who's got a powerful shot. He'd hit his own player there, Minge. And Liebers over-enthusiastic with the follow-up challenge. chance for this young East German goalkeeper to show what he's made of early on in this match. Robson was the player threatening on the header. When it came back to Mariner, that instant shot was well collected. Free kick to England. Taken by Sansom to Williams. Tropper looking for Krier. Liebers has gone outside him. Here's Streich. Oh, what a good shot, he's at the post. What an effort. And how fitting that he should make his 100th appearance here at Wembley. Joachim Streich, for 13 years an international, one of the finest players in Eastern Europe, and that's a tremendous shot to beat Chilton from there. And it crashes against the post. The substitutes tonight for England are Dave Watson, Gary Bailey, Steve Hunt, Mark Haitley and Trevor Francis. You can imagine it's quite hard for the players to lift themselves in this rather subdued Wembley atmosphere tonight. This is Barnes. He may do the job. Mariner. And if somebody had been coming in there to follow up, then we might have had a go. Robson. Mariner. Barnes is coming in on the far side. Oh, nicely done. Wilkins, deflection, and the goalkeeper down again. It's getting quite a bit to do, is Muller in the East German goal. The earlier shot there by Paul Mariner came back off his body. Butcher. Mariner's pulled away to this side, jumping with Zurcher, and the clearance by Steinbach. Come on! Here's Woodcock. Well played. And a back heel for Duxbury, and a corner. Starman away from Butcher. The East Germans coming out in a line, but Barnes is onside. And a flying header by Brian Robson. Pat on the head from the goalkeeper, who must be relieved. Barnes, who got the ball in from a difficult angle, and Robson threw himself at that, made contact, but just brushing off the side of his head, perhaps. Certainly a good whipped ball in there by John Barnes, and Robson getting into the penalty area at every opportunity. Brian Robson, who wants just one goal to go into double figures in international football. 9 in 36 appearances for England. The way back is cut off by Woodcock. Woodcock was the player pushed by Starman on the edge of the penalty area. So there may be a chance for England to conjure something from a free kick. Steve Williams was going to get involved in these at times. And Ray Wilkins is the other player standing close to the ball, but Williams can curl them. And that was Williams' deflection off the wall for a corner. That may well have been heading for the top corner from the expression of Williams after the deflection took it over. And Mariner and Butcher still forcing these Germans to cover hurriedly on that curled in-swinging corner kick from Wilkins. Two of them up with Butcher. Here's Barnes. Header out was by Minger. And now Woodcock. Duxbury. Germans pushing up here. And was that offside against Robson? The linesman has got his flag up, but wasn't instantly seen by the referee. Levers. Williams getting back to help Wilkins there. Here's Sansom. Barnes. And back again to him from Woodcock. And now Wilkins. And Woodcock makes a run to the left. Good play by England, this. Barnes again, Sansom now. And again Barnes. Gets the cross in for Robson. And Mariner just ran away from him, rather. Still in play. And Robson still there too. Well, England having by far the greatest share of play. Can they produce the goal on the end of it? Here's Sansom. And off... No, he's not. Woodcock. Well, the linesman doing England a favour there, I would have thought. The Germans, who don't normally protest, looking across very anxiously. There was no flag. And England have a corner. Just under 5 minutes left in the first half. And Butcher, and away by Zurcher. Williams with the drive, good save. Second time that Steve Williams has been deprived by this East German goalkeeper. And how well keepers seem to play at Wembley. It's a good stop. Levers. Wilkins. And Williams comes forward from midfield. That was a good run, and he was well found too. Looking for Robson. Steinbach. That's a nice touch by Strike, it really was. It put Ernst in possession. Minger's in the centre. Strike is also making it now. And a corner's been given. As he took the corner, actually, Strike. Hence the misplaced cross. And here's John Barnes on the right wing. Beaten by Steinbach. Here's Minger. Levers. Starman. Krier outside him. And the East Germans have got plenty forward here. Krier coming inside. Actually, he scored a very good goal against Scotland last year in the European Championship qualifiers. Ronald Krier from about 35 yards. Just over 2 minutes left in the first half. England 0, East Germany 0. Foul there by Starman on Mariner. chance for Butcher to make his way forward on the far side. Offside, is it? Well, that was a wasted free kick then. Butcher has to make his way back. Bobby Robson has moved downstairs now. Sansom. Oh, there was nobody in that space forward. Poor ball by Stein and straight to Robson. And that's for Barnes, and England have got 4 in the centre here. Still Barnes, and still 4 weight. Sansom. And Williams. Barnes. Barnes again. Duxbury. So, no score in the first half. A match not helped, as Bobby Robson, I'm sure, would agree, by the subdued atmosphere inside Wembley, but there were 1 or 2 moments to admire. Steve Williams had 2 good attempts, both saved well by the East German goalkeeper. And there was that marvellous moment when Joachim Streich, who's joined the celebrated band of international centurions tonight, hit a shot which was worthy of another one of those, Bobby Charlton, and the result was it hit the post, and consequently we haven't seen a goal. With no score, it might be appropriate to mention that England have failed to score in 5 of their last 8 internationals. And remember, Bobby Robson does have the option of bringing on either Mark Hateley or Trevor Francis, or even both, should he wish, if things don't improve in front of goal. Here's Barnes. Also a question from the East German point of view as to whether they keep on Joachim Streich, or whether, now that he's made this historic 100th appearance, he is replaced later in the second half, as some people thought he would be. Here's Barnes. Mariner. Wilkins. And here's Woodcock. Good effort. It's come back off the keeper. Mariner didn't make it. The keeper did. He's played well, this goalkeeper. 25 years old, only his 4th cap. Tony Woodcock, who set things moving here on the edge of the area. It was a wicked shot. The keeper didn't gather the first time, but he did the second from Mariner. Ernst. Well, it's the same old story, that the crowd are waiting for England to show the imagination which might open up the opposing defence, which is very well organised. Here's Ray Wilkins to Barnes. Sansom's cross. Mariner coming in. Williams is there. And Butcher, but it was Steinbach who beat both of them, and this could be dangerous because Minger's got Ernst making a run through the centre. The number 10, and he got away from the defender, who was Duxbury. And the cross wasn't bad. Oh, it had to be taken out by Butcher. That was a swift incisive break by East Germany, and it had England in all sorts of difficulties. Ernst was the player that pulled away and made it possible by drifting away from Mike Duxbury and finding plenty of space. And when he crossed the ball, it was Tropper, the number 6, who thundered in and was deprived by Butcher. The header out is by Robson. The attempted shot by Streich. And that was something of a let-off for England. So a warning there from the East Germans that they can be deadly on the counter-attack. Here's Robson for England. Woodcock, Sansom. Wilkins into Mariner. Woodcock pulling away to the far side of the area, but the final pass again letting England down. And here's Steinbach for East Germany. Good running from the midfield by Liebers, the number 7. He made tremendous ground there. And Minga was hoping that would come to him, but Sansom was in first. England have got to watch the runs too of Tropper, the number 6. He's come forward twice very ominously from midfield and nearly got on the end of things. Zurcher. England have got to find some verve and bounce from somewhere. They're going to open up the match. Nice control by Ernst. And Tropper now, playing much further forward in the second half. Ernst goes for the return. And he got there and was fouled by Duxbury. Ernst is giving Duxbury a difficult time. He's got away twice in the last few minutes. And there's the figure of Bernd Stanger, the East German coach, and 2 of his medical staff have gone onto the pitch and then been sent away by the referee. Now Streich is standing in a threatening position. So is Liebers. And oh, that was curled beautifully by Dörner, the captain and sweeper, and it needed the save too. Peter Shilton making sure. Starman is forward again. Here's Liebers. Kenny Sansom. Barnes. Robson. Tropper. Dörner, who just took that free kick. What a good player he looks there at the back. 88 caps. Steinbach trying to shake off the challenge of Duxbury, and he's had to come a long way round to do it, but in doing so, he gave the ball straight to John Barnes. Now Mariner's in the centre, so is Woodcock. Starman's taken nearly everything in the air. Robson. Barnes. Got the cross in, but it was easy for the keeper. There's Wilkins. Sansom. England still looking for ingenuity up front. Referee got a touch there inadvertently, but Dörner for East Germany. There are many who feel the East Germans would have won the Olympic final, or at least got to the final, had they been involved in the games. They were Olympic champions actually back in '76 in Montreal, and were also runners-up in 1980 in Moscow. And they're holding their own here as Wright comes forward and finds Woodcock. Now Sansom. Woodcock's continued his run. But it's in that last third of the field where England have failed to produce what's required, and that's, I'm afraid, a rather sad and sorry repetition of what's happened in other recent internationals. And Wilkins caught by Minga, and Liebers through the centre here, brought down by Duxbury, who gets the warning from the referee. A yellow card has been shown to Mike Duxbury, because Liebers there was through and on his way, and Duxbury stopped him with a late tackle. Well, there are 15 minutes gone in the second half, and Dörner, who curled the earlier free kick, has gone across to the ball again. Streich is also there, and Zurcher. Streich, oh, well held by Shilton. That was vicious from Joachim Streich. Butcher. Now Robson. Oh, well played by Streich. This is Tropper. Steinbach is coming down the left. The East Germans looking far more dangerous in attack in the second half. Got their confidence now. Ernst. Seen some good goalkeeping tonight, and Peter Shilton had to make sure that he held that free kick. Joachim Streich drove it with venom, and Shilton collected safely. Zurcher. Minga. Well, frustration again up to now for England and their supporters. Familiar pattern here at Wembley, but can they do something about it? This is Mariner. Slow hand clap breaking out, which I'm afraid is inevitable. Wilkins battling away there. Mariner now. Back heel found Duxbury. Barnes was in there. Duxbury's cross. Wilkins, who produced variety with the back heel. And when the cross from Duxbury came in, the challenge by the defender was enough to make sure Barnes' effort went over. Here's Wilkins. England sadly in need of more momentum. Here's Mariner. And it may come here. Duxbury. He's run it back. Well played by Duxbury. Woodcock let it go. Robson didn't quite make it. And the East Germans were made to hurry there. Here's Sansom. Woodcock's done some good running in wide positions. And Mariner! it. It bounced awkwardly for him after Robson had gone in first on the goalkeeper. And that may have been a foul anyway. It just seemed to me that Robson may have committed a foul there before the chance went on to Mariner. The cross by Tony Woodcock here. Robson comes hurtling in first. Foul on the keeper, I would have thought. The bounce deceived Mariner. But there's going to be a substitution made here by East Germany, and the 100th international appearance of Joachim Streich is over. It was, in parts, like his career has been, very distinguished. He hit the post with a tremendous shot, showed some good skills, but he is the player being replaced. As the East German said, he almost certainly would be.
Number 15, Hans Richter, replaces number 9,
So Hans Richter, who was in the East German team which beat Romania a couple of weeks ago, as expected, is the replacement. My impression is that there's going to be a double change, probably Hateley and Francis for Mariner and Woodcock. But here's Richter. And Kenny Sansom got to him and conceded the corner. Starman came in with the flick, and that was an important header as well, away from Ernst, who was closing in. Header was by Mariner. So it's England who, having failed to penetrate at the other end, are now being made to look less than comfortable in their own penalty area. As Francis prepares. This corner to be taken by Liebers on the far side. Minga got a touch in there, and the overhead kick from Richter, who's only just come on, could easily have put East Germany in front. Very close. And the double substitution as the East Germans produce a worthy move from the corner. England make two changes. Off go Paul Mariner and Tony Woodcock, and on come Mark Hateley and Trevor Francis, two players now earning their living in Italy. Now, it's come very late, I must say that, under 10 minutes to go. So Bobby Robson gave Mariner and Woodcock every chance, he would feel. Whether they felt they had chances is another matter. This is Wilkins, because isn't always down, peering to the strikers. Francis. But Bobby Robson admitted this week that in fielding what he thought was his best team, the area of strongest competition was up front. And up front for East Germany there was Minga. But both the players who've come on for England felt a little hurt to be left out when the team was named yesterday. They haven't been given very much time to prove the manager wrong. That was Francis. This is Duxbury. Wilkins, and now Kenny Sansom, and Wilkins is in there, and Robson, what a goal! At last, the crowd have something to cheer, and it couldn't have been finished in better style. Brian Robson's 10th goal for his country. And what a way to go into double figures. Kenny Sansom with the long cross. Ray Wilkins was well forward with the header. And watch Robson take this on the volley. That's first-class finishing. And the goal came 8 minutes from the end. And it came from midfield. The header by Wilkins, the volley by Robson, the goalkeeper no chance, England in front. And it came within a minute of the two substitutes coming on. Brian Robson, though, producing that tremendous volley to put England into the lead. on his way, Muller off his line. Well, there seems to have been a shroud lifted from the England team since the ball went in the net. They're leaving the throw to Sansom. Three minutes to go. Butcher's hovering around there. And there's a chance there for number 2 for Francis, and somehow the defender and goalkeeper blocked him. Butcher came to meet the throw and caused all sorts of confusion in the defence here by his sheer presence. And Francis closed in on, actually, it looked a bad miss on the replay there. This is Francis. Hateley's in the centre, being joined now by Robson. 2 players square of Francis. One of them is Williams, the other is Wilkins. Hateley, good touch, Wilkins. That's good play, but Durner oh, Hateley now. And a block again, and once more Hateley. And Barnes. And Francis. Good effort. Goalkeeper equal to it, though, from Trevor Francis. Ernst. Minger just inside him. Well played. And Schulten watching that safely by. The East Germans late in the day making a second substitution. Number 13, Jürgen Raab, who scored Bramall Lane in that under-21 semi-final. His last appearance international in England. He's on, and off goes Rainer Ernst, number 10. It's come almost in stoppage time, that substitution by the East Germans. What looked like being a desolate night for England, at least saved by Brian Robson's blockbuster, which gives Bobby Robson's team victory in their opening international of the season. Nobody would pretend that was an impressive England performance. They laboured for 82 minutes without anything to show for it, and then a well-constructed move just after the double substitution, enabling Robson to fire home a memorable goal, even though the rest of England's performance was far from that. The East Germans well organised, but defeated at the last. And obviously a lot of discussion about the England team now for the next match against Finland, particularly, I would think, as to the strikers. But on the night, England at last, or at least got home by 1-0.